I don't think that anyone in this audience can really think about our guest tonight without thinking about what it's like in the morning down in the islands, right? Tell us, how did you pick it up?
I grew up in the midst of tens of thousands of plantation workers, and they were really the root and the basis of developing my own sense of social and human as well as political values. All through the day, people sang. They sang when they worked, not too unlike our own experience here in the United States. People sang everywhere, church, schools, on the street, in our little villages where we entertained one another. And I didn't really realize the enormity of the gift that was being given to me until one day I had occasion to sing a song that lived in the place of my earliest childhood. The first album ever in the history of the record business to sell over 1 million copies, 1 million or more. I've been the recipient of so much, and the fact that certain things happened at certain times, and I happened to have been there and was blessed by divine ordinance as well as personal sense of destiny. I've always seen culture as the greatest weapon in the human arsenal. It's a culture in conflict. It's a culture that's arguing with itself, is doing battle with itself. But it's first evidenced itself in the South Bronx in the midst of poverty among Black and Hispanic youth. That voice that came out of that community, if you read any of the early lyrics of Melly Mel and Africa Bambaataa and Dougie Fresh, you could not have asked for greater political and social clarity than what those young men and women sang about. The greatest songs of our time, out of slavery, out of oppression, out of anything, the hip-hop culture wrote to its time magnificently. What happened was those who chose to ignore it soon heard jingle. And when downtown saw profitability, they moved in, co-opted, hung some chains around people's necks and said, go out and be corrupt. And that got in our way. In this new order dealing with the youth, it is where we take them and what new instructions are they being given that will empower them to see beyond where you and I had taken them in the past and got cut off. We come in the service of the ideas and the thoughts and the philosophy of Dr. King, and we declare ourselves deeply committed with life, all right, to take up where Dr. King left off in the change of our social inequity.